we're talking a disaster area. There's going to be thousands of people missing or dead. We're already getting stories of this.
Yeah.
And the mainstream media, in our opinion, I mean, this is 6 days old. There is no reason for mainstream media not to be all over this like white on rice.
They're only playing selected portions of it, and it is about to be memory hold. They'll push Milton out of the way.
Just like did the chemical spill in Ohio.
Oh, God, yeah. That got memory hold so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Trump's assassination attempts, both of them were memory hold very quickly. Just in case any of you still think the media reports for you. I unfortunately have a sister that I love. She's a really, really good egg, and she's hella smart, but she's trapped in the media bubble and won't believe anything but what she sees on her television, which is bizarre. So, fact-checking falsehoods, speaking of, about FEMA funding and Hurricane Helene. This is from everybody's favorite communist news network, NPR.
Yeah, I don't really listen to them anymore.
No, mostly because they're pretty much pure Bolshevik.
Well, now we have to drink. Okay, hang on.
My bad.
I quit listening to them when they fired that dude who did the car show for touching some girl's back, or Camp Woebegone, and I think that was the show I like to listen to.
I don't remember anymore. It's
like 6-7 years, 5-6 years back.
It's been a long time.
And NPR will never get any more of my time, funds, or energy because of that.
Absolutely. So, first of all, this is apparently Asheville, North Carolina. So, it hit on September 30th. We have a date. There it is, right there.
Okay. So we're at 8 days. 8.5, 9 days.
Yeah. You can see the devastation here in the lower right of the picture. Those are cement mixers, and we all know how big those are. Kind of tossed aside. But the one that's really fun is the apartment building, or what appears to be an apartment building in the upper left-hand corner that's sitting at all the wrong angles.
Yeah, that thing's totaled. They're going to have to tear that down.
Yeah.
That's water, though.
That's the kind of force that was applied here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how everything is just chucked around like a cheap toy. It's like a child walked through, like in Toy Story.
Yep.
Where it's like,
threw everything around.
Yeah. That's what basically happened here. So NPR says rumors, misinformation, and get that out of my face, thank you, and lies about the federal government's response to Hurricane Helene in the southeastern United States have run rampant since the storm made landfall, especially around funding for the FEMA. The claims have been so widespread that FEMA set up a response page to debunk many of the falsehoods about how disaster funding works and what the agency's response has been. As of Sunday, FEMA says it has provided more than $137 million in assistance to 6 states in the Southeast, including 7,000 federal personnel, nearly 15 million meals, 14 million liters of water, 157 generators over that area is nothing.
How many states was that? 6 states?
Over 6 states. More than half of, why is it 6 states?
That's 22 million per state that was affected by this hurricane.
That's nothing. That damage was done to a single
fucking
town.
Nothing. And they lumped it all into 137 to make it sound like a bigger number.
Right.
But when you do the actual math,
yes,
21 million per state for the damages, that's fucking nothing. That is nothing.
Especially since there are towns that were literally, like I described earlier, they were erased.
Yeah.
But by floodwaters.
Yeah. Now, I mean, all right. We have all of these millions of illegals coming across the border.
Yep.
Getting debit cards with anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Free housing, free food.
Medical care.
Everything. They're taking your medical resources. They're taking space and medical resources from the Veteran Affairs.
Yeah.
If this doesn't scream that your government as it stands now doesn't give a shit about you, I really don't know what does.
Yeah, this is
21 million per state because you had you're an FEMA emergency. No, it's a disaster. All right. Listen, if we had all that money back that we gave to Israel and Ukraine, I think maybe we would have enough to deal with this. But $21 million per state is fucking nothing. And did you watch the press secretary as she ran off the stage?
When Peter Doocy was questioning her? Yeah, that was great.
Because the numbers
ran off the stage.
Do not lie.
So my brain actually just did a little math. You might be rubbing off on me, or it might just be one of those moments where I'm probably going to have an aneurysm and fall over here.
Well, please don't.
I won't do that.
You're heavy.
I am. Wait a minute. 21 million per state. Let's break that down real fast. That's 40 houses in a nice upscale neighborhood
Yes.
at $500,000 a piece.
80. It's 80 middle class houses.
80 middle class houses. That's it.
All right. Yeah.
I guarantee you 80 houses were erased.
Yeah.
Even if you
Way
want to
more.
dial it down to hovels, like hillbillies living in the sticks in houses that they built 200 years ago when their families first came over from Scotland and Ireland, which is most of Appalachia. Even if you want to go there, you're still only getting up to around 300 houses.
Yeah. 21 million is nothing.
Nothing.
That's like maybe 2 days worth of food per state for the amount of people affected.
Yeah, if you're feeding them beans and rice.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is top of the line stuff.
Yeah.
You get what
It's
you
bad.
get. You don't throw a fit.
So what they're not telling you in this, and it's very telling in how they say it, the agency also says that more than 3,000 North Carolina residents have been rescued or supported by more than 1,200 urban search and rescue personnel. Urban, it's as rural as it gets, with recovery efforts aided by National Guard and active duty troops. False. North Carolina has also received $100 million in federal transportation funds to rebuild roads and bridges washed out by the storm, which means nothing during the disaster itself. Here's the lie. So the second this happened, the people of that area are, as I stated, they're the hillbillies. They're the Appalachian mountain men.
100 million divided by 6.
Pop's doing math again. I'm going to keep talking while he's doing the math. The locals immediately started responding. Vehicles could not get through. So we started seeing videos immediately of the mountain men going in there leading literal mule teams,
Yes.
carrying supplies. One guy had what looked like fucking war goats. He's leading this string of animals, and I'm looking, look at he's got a mule. Holy crap, that one's got horns. And I look closer, this guy's got goats that are like
Mules.
4 feet at the shoulder. I'm like, what the hell kind of a goat is that?
They're actually dwarven war goats. You should know this.
I don't have any, but now I want one. I'll tell you that right now. I want one of these goats. He's leading a train of goats with supplies on it. People were getting in there with ATVs. The Cajun Navy of Hurricane Katrina fame showed up and mustered 50 helicopters. They went from 25 to 50 helicopters in like a day.
I believe they're telling the federal government to fuck off.
The Cajun Navy issued basically the following statement. I will paraphrase, but get it as right as I can. We're going in there to help people. FEMA, if you attempted to interfere, we will take you back to Louisiana, where we will give you a one-way guided tour of the swamps.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the meat caser box.